right, shoot, you guys, welcome back. This is the first video that we've done back here home at Stoik since before Olympia. A crazy whole year. First 3 months of the year, we traveled around the States doing different events, different meetings, establishing, relationships that we needed to do to lock into things that we're doing now. And then we went and traveled internationally. Let's just recap it, okay? London with the VQ, Arnold Gat, Vegas with Skelecore, Vegas to Miami with Skelecore. Then Germany was right after that, and then shortly after that to Mexico. And then we came back and started prep, and that was May. Prepped, got the gym open in the end of July. Really dove headfirst all into prep after we opened the gym. Right, 2 weeks after we opened the gym. Then we went to Seattle, competed in Seattle. Then we went to Pittsburgh, and then we went a week after that, we went to Vegas for Olympia. Went on a short vacation, my wife, to Santa Cruz. Came home for a few days, then we left for Dubai for almost a week. And then from Dubai to Turkey. Got the hair transplant done, you guys. Through all these years of being bullied and everybody in India being so concerned about my hairline, we finally went to Turkey and got it done. And here we are now. We are just about 3 weeks post-op from my hair transplant. I have gotten back into the gym as of Sunday. I did my second workout yesterday. Today will be my third workout back in the gym. Just wanted to kind of catch up with you guys on, what's to come now that I have announced my retirement from the men's physique stage. Is Jeremy really done competing? Is Jeremy going to compete in Classic? As of right now, at this point in time in my life, that chapter is closed. Men's physique is done, and I'm going to be focusing on what's next. And it's not a matter of trying to figure that out. We already have things in motion, and we're gonna jump into the workout and we're gonna start sharing those things with you guys. So I was saying, I was at my first workout in a few days ago. I hit chest, trained back yesterday, but man, I'm sore. I'm really sore, I'm not gonna lie. That was probably the longest break I've taken from training in a few years for sure. Not allowed to train because of the hair transplant. You have to have like 3 weeks to wait after you work out because they don't want you sweating or exerting yourself too much. It's pretty crazy what they're able to do nowadays with the hair transplants. Like, I'm pretty happy with it so far. So we're gonna get some shoulders in today. I've been easing my way back into the gym. My body's starting to feel good again. Like my nagging elbow injury I've had for the last year, I haven't felt it the last few days, which is a good sign. Maybe that rest was needed. Post-Olympia this year has been a little bit different from other years because of the hair transplant. I came off of everything because I needed my system, my testosterone levels to be low, so my DHT levels are low for the hair transplant. I've been dealing with the hormonal fluctuations. That's not easy. I know my test levels have crashed, and I definitely see a huge change in my physique. And it's been a month since Olympia, but to see how the physique transforms over 4 weeks of just not training and not sticking to my normal diet. I had some blood work done before I got my hair transplant done. My levels looked really good, which I was surprised after Olympia. My red blood cell count was good, hematocrit was good. I'm gonna get my blood work done again, probably next week through Transcend, to get my my ALT levels tested, AST, which are my my kidney and liver health, the creatinine, all those things, to see where I'm at. And moving forward, we'll be talking with Transcend and utilizing their specialists over there to create a protocol of TRT and peptide therapy to help me stay in the best shape as possible. I'm actually pretty excited about that because I'm interested to see what my physique can achieve utilizing just the things I'm being prescribed by my doctor, not throwing any of those extracurriculars. But what's next, Jeremy? Are you really retired? You guys saw me do a lot of classic physique posing, as I've always done, but probably more of it towards the end of prep this year. My physique really started coming to life, and I really feel this prep I achieved the look that I've aspired for since I was a teenager. I remember looking in the magazines as a kid. I never wanted to look like Flex Wheeler or Jay or Ronnie, Chris Cormier, Kevin LeBron. Like, I have a deepest admiration for their physiques, but personally, I've never wanted to be that big. My eyes were always more fixed on more of a classic physique. Even, the men's physique of today's era, that was always the goal for what I wanted to look like. This prep, the physique that we had the days leading up, I was able to take a step back and look at the videos and the footage and be like, damn, like that's what you were always working for. This is what you aspired to look like, and we accomplished that. That physique that we bring to the table looks awfully good in some classic physique poses. I've always floated around the idea of wanting to do a classic physique show. I mean, I got good legs for it. I like to pose. Why not? To compete at that level again, professionally, a prep is a prep regardless. Been competing for 18 years of my life, utilizing PEDs. Like, I understand I'm not invincible, and there's a risk with bodybuilding, and I'm not really interested in gambling my health anymore. With that being said, I still think I can achieve a really impressive physique that will look great for some guest posing appearances. So you guys will see me in shape later on next year on the guest posing stage, hitting some classic poses. And you never know what the future holds. My body is still getting better at 35 years old. And if I'm able to attain a certain look and I get to a point in my life where I can take a step back and not have to work as much, or my family's at a point where I'm able to take on another prep, and who knows, maybe we'll compete in classic, but it'll be for a completely different reason. It'd be more for just to love the sport and to get on stage and do what ultimately I love the most, and that's pose. My mindset wouldn't be on being the best. It'd be more on just having fun. There wouldn't really be any expectations for me on that stage. I can go up on stage and take last place and whatever. I'm a men's physique competitor that got on a classic physique stage. We're gonna leave that carrot up here dangling for a little while. We're just gonna read out how life unfolds and what plans God has laid out for me. We have a lot coming this year. As you guys know, we opened up the gym about 2.5 months before Olympia, which is crazy in its own. But the gym's been very successful. The first 3.5 months we've been open, we've blown past all of our goals. It's growing every single day. And the environment we create here at Stoik Gym has been it's been catching like wildfire in our community around here. Not only in our community, it's starting to catch the eyes of people from all over the world. If you guys didn't catch my podcast with Niall, the Transparent podcast, I discussed Stoik Gym and our business model here nationally in the United States as well as international. And there are plans in motion right now that we are working on actively to start expanding in other countries and here in the States as well. That's our primary focus here in 2026 is to get as many of these facilities open as possible, continue to build the brand of Stoik, and open up opportunities for other athletes and other influencers in this fitness space to have a career off of social media or off the stage. That's what we're really excited about. Along with that, side by side is working hard for all of my loyal sponsors that have been by my side through the thick and thin. VQ and I have been together since 2017. Transcend, I've been with them since 2021. Flex Pro Meal since 2020. Father Son on and off since 2017. But me not competing isn't gonna take away from me not training hard or not putting out content for you guys, but it's just gonna enable me to expand and diversify what I'm doing to give you guys even more value and show you guys the possibilities of what bodybuilding can do for you, even beyond the stage. And I believe I've been a testament to that because I've given my life to the sport and it's bared a lot of fruit for me as of recently. And I hope that through what I've done through my career and my career post-competition will motivate and inspire you guys to see the possibilities. We're gonna be sharing our journey with you and sharing our experience with you guys, not to flaunt it or showboat it, but to really try to help you guys break down, understand, and dissect what we're doing so you guys can apply it to yourselves, create a successful livelihood for yourselves and your families. Because at the end of the day, everybody has a fixed time of being on stage. Most of the time, oftentimes, almost 99.9% of the time, we have so much more life still to live once we're done competing. I'm living that right now. I'm learning lessons along the way, victories along the way, I have defeats along the way, and we're gonna be sharing those with you guys to hopefully help you guys navigate. Let's talk a little more about Stoik Gym. We created a 7,000 square foot facility in here. And we believe that the size of this gym, the smaller box format, is the future of the gym space. Around our area, we have nothing but big box corporate gyms. And becoming a gym owner, if you don't have a bunch of capital, it's really hard to get a large facility like that off the ground. With a smaller box gym like this, 7,000 to 12,000 square feet, that's our sweet spot. You have a lot less overhead monthly. It's gonna be a lot less to outfit your gym. It's gonna be a lot easier to break even and to create a profit. So that's why it's very appealing to open up a facility like this. We're not here to boast about our successes, but Stoik Gym broke even on our monthly expenses before we even opened the doors August 2nd. We've grown significantly since then, and we've been profitable since then. and it's exponentially growing. To outfit a gym like this is about $600,000 in equipment, $100,000 to $150,000 in a build out. We only need one person on staff during that day, so our payroll is roughly about $8,000 a month. Our overhead expenses all in, about no more than $26,000. Customer at averaging about $100 per month. Do the math, it's 260 members to break even. Not to mention, we have trainers in here that are independent contractors who are paying us rent. We're collecting revenue from apparel, supplements, energy drinks. Not only that, guest passes. So what I'm getting at, again, is not to boast our successes or our financials, but for you guys to understand the profitability of a smaller box gym like this compared to a larger box gym or a corporate structure. We're at a 20,000 plus square foot with, you know, $50,000 to $100,000 a month in overhead expenses. It's gonna take forever to get out of that hole and actually pay yourself some money. So this is why this is a great opportunity for other influencers or bodybuilders that wanna get in on something like this, to be able to have something that is theirs, that's not a sponsorship that can get pulled out from underneath your feet at any time, but something that you're really gonna have equity in, that's gonna be something that you're gonna be able to live off of. A facility like this, maximum occupancy, you can probably get 1,000 members. So you're looking at just $100,000 a month in a monthly draft when you have a $26,000 overhead. Bring in those extra revenues like your apparel, the supplements, the energy drinks, the RTDs, the trainers, seminars, all those things. I mean, your gym can do well over $1.5 million in a 7,000 square foot facility with an overhead of what, 26,000 times 12, you're looking at around $300,000. So much lesser risk of a gym, and you're gonna get your return a lot quicker, and you're also gonna be able to control your gym a lot more because it's a closer knit community, and you're gonna be able to build. So that's what we got going on here at Stoik. And that moves on to our other business, Stoik Global. And this is our opportunity to partner up with other, you know, bodybuilders or fitness influencers. And you know, I know a lot of bodybuilders, they put so much time and effort into their career on stage that sometimes business can fall second, and by the time they get done with their career, they don't really know where to turn. That was one of the reasons why I started Stoik, was to be able to help create opportunity for bodybuilders and influencers to be able to provide their own financial success rather than relying on, you know, sponsorship and endorsement deals. Opening a gym is not easy. It's not easy. I was fortunate enough to, you know, have some experience, have a lot of friends that are gym owners, to be able to get a lot of consult from those guys in getting this place open. But by doing it initially, we've been able to create a team and a format and a blueprint for our partners to basically take advantage of. If you're somebody that is looking for that next step to get in on Stoik Gym, it's a $150,000 investment to own 30% of a Stoik Gym. That includes us outfitting the gym for you guys. We're partnered with Scalecore, trying to source equipment, you know, going from one company to another, trying to find what the best price cardio equipment is, what the best price dumbbells, the right flooring, plates, the right machines, pin loaded versus plate loaded. All that, we take care of that in-house for you guys. We're gonna get you guys the best top of line equipment. We produce everything from Scalecore. You guys see a lot of variety in pieces like our leverage pieces. We got our linear pieces, plate loaded, pin loaded. We have everything we need from point A to point B to get your gym outfitted and up and running. Assisting in the build out of the gym, basically setting up our whole blueprint, our back end for you guys. It's basically a turnkey operation for y'all. Our team now has one of the largest real estate firms in the nation partnered with us to help us find locations for you guys. It doesn't matter if you're in Washington or if you're in Idaho or Miami, it doesn't matter. We have a team that will help source the right location, and not only that, they'll help negotiate the right lease for you. You aren't gonna have to go to an attorney or hire an attorney to do that, because we have attorneys that are gonna be able to look over these contracts for you. And those fees will start adding up. Stoik Global will be able to handle all that stuff for you. You guys will be able to provide insight on how you guys wanna shape and mold your gym, but we're literally taking this model that we've created and just copying and pasting it and handing you the keys. So if you take those numbers I discussed of the profitability of that gym, on a $150,000 buy-in, you get 30%. 30% off a $1.2 million profit, you're walking away with $400,000 in your pocket every single year off an initial investment of 150 grand. So we're looking for the right bodybuilders and fitness influencers to partner with. Somebody that's willing to work hard, that's willing to be personal with their members, that's willing to do a little bit of the dirty work. The first 6 weeks that we're open, myself and Sanjay, we were in here 12 to 16 hour days. We're the ones cleaning the toilets. We're the ones that were cleaning the floors and cleaning the equipment. And we did that to set the example for our staff. And now that we have set the example, we're able to take a step back, focus on the business side of things, the marketing side of our gym, and we don't gotta be running the front desk and the day-to-day duties in here because we've educated them so much and they're running the gym the way it needs to be ran. The business model works. It has been proven to be very lucrative, very profitable, and we're exponentially growing every single month. And like, I want to be able to take this success that I've had and be able to share it with others and show them that this vision, this opportunity is realistic for them. And we're basically handing you guys a blueprint. All you guys got to do is follow step 1, step 2, step 3, and you guys will be in the exact same spot in right now. You know, it's been a beautiful thing. Like, I couldn't be more proud and more happy to be the owner of Stoik Gym. And I know if you guys get your hands on one of these facilities too, you're gonna feel that same pride and same happiness and same fulfillment that I am. So if y'all are interested, anybody out there, this sounds like something you might be the right person for, you know, don't hesitate to reach out, because we are looking to expand. You know, we are looking to invest in some people that we feel can be great partners to help us grow this brand into an international powerhouse. Our goal for this gym is 1,000 members. At 1,000 members, our projections are about a $1.5 million gross revenue, which has spit out a net profit over $1.1 million. Our projections for our guest passes, our apparel sales, energy drink sales, we way undershot those as well. So it's been incredible to see this place blow up in the first 2.5 months. But not only that, but to see the momentum continuously growing right now. You know, the hype usually dies out from a gym opening after the first month or two, but this place has stayed very lively. And it's just exciting to see. Last night was awesome in here. 5:30, this place was packed. The energy is through the roof. People were vibing, people were training hard. Nothing but good energy in here. A lot of smiles. We had virtually no drama in here. We had virtually no complaints. We're building a family. I feel like that is what is standing out from all the other corporate gyms in this area, and why we are going to be able to be successful as a smaller footprint gym. There's been other small footprint gyms in this area and other, you know, private gym type models. Honestly, they haven't been able to stand up to these corporate monsters that are around us. The biggest thing I feel that has separated ourselves is the community that we built in here, and kind of the standard of what our staff and our members uphold themselves to. You think this would be a bodybuilding gym, that people will come in here and be intimidating. It's the complete opposite. And it's been beautiful to see because we have a huge diversity in our members. Yeah, there's a lot of really in shape people here. We have some bodybuilders in here. We have fitness influencers in here, but we do also have, you know, some of the newcomers that come to the gym. And it's pretty special to see because they walk in here and without me even having to tell some of my members, they walk up, greet them, exchange phone numbers, and then the next thing you know, 2 days later, you see this new member training with one of the guys in the gym. That happened yesterday, last night, for example. It's just really, really nice to see. And I think that's a big selling factor and a big advantage to having a smaller format gym, because you have an opportunity to get to know everybody. Relationships matter, especially in this industry. People come in to work out, yeah, not only for the physical benefits, but a lot of people are in here battling some emotional stuff too. And when you come into an environment that's uplifting, that you feel welcomed, it's gonna be very attractive to members, and it's gonna spread like wildfire amongst their circle, which in turn will expand to a bigger circle. And then next thing you know, you don't even got to market. Sanjay spent $0 on marketing here, 0. And we have so many views. People come in here, they shoot their videos, they post it, and they tell their friends about it. Their friends tell their friends about it. And that's basically been our marketing approach, is just providing a great environment for our members to want to tell other people about it. Have we even showed them the recovery room? Come on, you guys. So we don't offer just bodybuilding in here. We also are a recovery facility as well. Our full access members, which is a premium price, they have unlimited access to our recovery room. Come on in. So we have a 6-person infrared sauna, 2 commercial cold plunges right here, and 2 recovery chairs with our compression leg sleeves. We send this area out to be able to offer diverse options for your clientele. This is going to create more value than these other gyms we will provide their members. And that's just gonna be able to set you guys apart. I feel the gym industry has really been moving in the direction of health and wellness the past several years. You start seeing a lot of these wellness clinics popping up. You've even seen tanning places start offering red light therapy with their tanning beds as well. We're beating all of our competitors on multiple different levels. Still got the arms, right? Yeah? Yeah? Thanks, Sanjay. Sanjay proofs. My abs are holding on for dear life, though. You thought I'd be fatter? Like I mentioned, now that I'm training again, I'm gonna get back on my food schedule 5 times a day. Being able to have freedom in my diet, especially around the holidays. Like I don't want to be, there's no need for me to be limited to not going out to dinner with my wife or not going over to family's house. And I'm not competing next year, so there's no reason to cut myself out from those enjoyable moments. But as long around those moments, I'm staying disciplined on my food, you know, the physique will uphold. Will I be walking around at 5% body fat? No, but if I can walk around like 9 or 10, have visible abs and have some good roundness, we'll be solid. Got your hair did too? Got your hair done?
Yeah, cut
Good.
myself. Got the clippers.
No? You don't know that? Jump into a more personal side of things for myself. You know, opening this gym has been such an incredible blessing and a fulfillment of a vision I've had for over 20 years. You know, I've always, since I was a kid, growing up in this area, working out at the gyms in this area, I've always wanted my own. My wife and I talked about this when we dated 14 years ago when we were 21, 22 years old. We talked about having our own gym. And to see it to come into fruition has been just a testament of like God's goodness. Like I said, we're building a strong community in here. After my 2017 Olympia, I was 26 years old. I had just won my 4th title. And I remember thinking to myself, like, is this the pinnacle of my life? Like, this can't be it. You know, this can't be the reason why I was here. So what's the next big thing? Like, what does God have in store for me? Why did he give me this life? Like, why am I the one chosen to have won these titles, to have all these followers? Why have I been blessed with this? You know, it wasn't for 4 trophies. It wasn't for the gold medals. It wasn't for the millions of followers. It was for me to fulfill the purpose that he has set out for all of us, to love others the way he loves us and to spread his word. And you guys have seen my transformation over the last 5 years and how, you know, I talked about my faith and how my relationship with God has helped rebuild me and sculpt me and transform me from the inside out. I knew that God wanted me to open this gym to be able to utilize my platform, my reach, my love for bodybuilding and training to be able to showcase his grace and his faithfulness and for people to get to know him through what we're doing in here. I'm talking about this because I'm seeing this being fulfilled in our present time right now. You know, last night we held our second Bible study in here. And it was really special to see because, you know, I have Bible verses up in here hanging up on the walls. You know, I've had numerous conversations with my members about Christ. I pray for God to have me walk the way he intended me to walk through this gym and to pursue the things he wants me to fulfill and not to let the monetary success of this gym blind me from what my actual goal is. And that is to impact others in a positive way, to potentially save lives. And, you know, I've had members come up to me and tell me that the gym is great, it's beautiful, it's got nice equipment, but the reason that they're here is because they feel the Holy Spirit in our gym. And it says a lot. Like that took me back, that humbled me greatly when one of my members told me that. But I'm actively seeing it in here. You know, after workouts, you see guys sitting in our lounge, like opening up their Bibles and studying. You see guys meeting up outside the gym that met here at this gym, you know, becoming friends and, you know, going to church and doing all these things. And about a week and a half ago, one of my younger members, he's only 19, he came up to me, approached me and asked me if they could host a Bible study in the gym. And I was like, yeah, dude, of course. And sure enough, they did it that night. I wasn't able to make it that night because we just got back from our trip. I ended up coming last night. And we had 15 men here last night for 2 hours. We studying John 1, chapter 1 through verse 50, and just breaking down and analyzing and sharing our stories, sharing our testimonies. It's really special to see because the week before, there were 6 people here. To see it grow just in 1 week, and I'm excited to see it grow next week because we've already had people messaging us asking about when the next one is. What's even cooler is seeing that we have new believers that have come about because of this gym, and to see the impact that we're making in the lives of our members has been pretty special. I'm really excited because I know that God has big plans for this gym, not just, you know, as a bodybuilding environment, but for us in a spiritual realm as well. And I think that that's just gonna help cultivate an even stronger community within this gym to really show what Stoik stands for. I feel like our members, you know, they buy the apparel, they wear Stoik across their chest like a badge of honor. Like it means something to train out of Stoik Gym. You know, it's not just your regular gym. Like people, you go to Stoik Gym, people know that you're serious about your fitness. And not only that, people know you go to Stoik Gym, you're a person that has good character. You got to be of a certain level to operate around our members in this gym. You're going to have to rise up to meet that energy because you're not going to want to fall behind in here. And it's been cool to see our members level up over the last few months and seeing them, grow not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of these things. And I don't know, I got chills talking about it right now because I actively seeing God working in this gym, and He's blessed us with success, and I know He's not going to allow us to fail because we're following through with what He has intended for us. And if God is for us, who can be against us? That's what it says in the Bible. I still have a lot more growing to do. I'm still a man with flaws, and the thing is I recognize them a lot more now than I used to. Like, I take accountability for my downfalls, and I'm actively trying to work on them. I'm conscious of them, whereas before I kind of just brush to the side and say, whatever, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. God changed me from within, and I had more accountability for myself and wanted to be a better person. Like, even today I had a situation that kind of validated, my maturity. I got struck with some pretty bad news earlier today. That's going to affect me pretty drastically financially. Normally, in the past, I would have probably lost my shit, for a lack of better words. I probably would have had extreme anxiety. I'd been really upset. I'd be mad. We probably wouldn't be filming this video, but I'm not worried because God has been faithful to me in everything, and I know this isn't the time He's going to let me down. Like, whenever something bad has happened to me or something has happened that I didn't plan for, there's always been something bigger and better around the corner. And that's proven true so many times the past 5 years for myself. And I'm optimistic that this is a blessing in disguise. And, I'm not even looking at it as a blessing in disguise because I know that there's a blessing around the corner and another opportunity around the corner. So I'm not even mad about it. Yeah, right now I might be feeling that financial hit, but I'm optimistic that there's going to be another opportunity that's going to open itself up for me in the days or weeks or months to come that is going to be better than the situation I'm currently in. So I'm not beating myself up for it. I'm not upset. I'm actually kind of excited that this happened because I know there's something good that's about to come of it. And I don't know what that is yet, but there's some excitement because I know God's at my back. And I can't tell you how much easier it is to handle situations this way than it is to handle it the other way. To wear that burden, to wear that pressure, to wear that anxiety, when the Bible tells me I don't have to, and I'm able to hand that over to God. I'm not upset. I'm shooting a video for you guys right now. I'm not gonna let this ruin my day. Sitting there in the Bible study last night, listening to everybody, and God's been good to all of us, man. Like, last night we had one of our members in here, and he came in here to work out, and then 8:30 hit, all of us circled around the lounge area, and we opened up our Bibles, and this guy was kind of like looking at us, and I saw him go to get on the stair climber. And he started to do his steps, and then I saw him kind of stop for a second, kind of think a little bit, and then he got off the stair climber, pulled up a chair and sat down. And I was like, hey, that was pretty cool. And he was pretty quiet throughout the whole study. At the end, he was like, I wasn't even gonna talk. I didn't even know this was going on today. I was just gonna come in and finish up my cardio and head out, but I feel like I need to share this with you guys. I've been going through a lot personally. I haven't been keeping my relationship close to God. I haven't prayed in a long time. He was literally, when I was in the parking lot out front getting ready to come into the gym, it was the first time I've prayed in a long time. And I prayed for God to show me some light, to give me something to hold on to, or to show me that He's listening to me. And he goes, I would literally walk in the gym right after that prayer, and I look to my left, and you all are here for a Bible study. He's like, if that's not God answering me right away, then what is it? And all of us in the circle were all kind of taken back. We're like, dude, that was God, 100%. He answered your prayer like that. And that's the thing is you got to look for people like, oh, that was just a coincidence. No, I mean, really? You think it was just a coincidence that happened? God doesn't talk to us in an audible voice. He talks to us through acts, through people, through scenarios, all those things. So you got to be open-minded to understand how God's communicating with us. And that right there was a firm example of how God is going to be working in our lives, how He talks to us and how He provides for us in our lives. It was just such a moving moment for that guy to be there and for us to be able to be that vessel for him to feel that connection to Christ again. We're a bunch of freaking grown men over here, a bunch of bodybuilders lifting, and some of us are getting moved to tears. That's the impact that God is putting on us and on this gym. That's why I'm not wearing this anxiety, because I know we're doing so much good right now that we're we are actively fulfilling the things that God wants us to pursue. I'm not worried about my future. And that's something that is freeing to say because, like we all wear that burden all the time. Like we've been told we don't have to when we trust in God's plan for us and we trust in Him. Another thing that was cool that guy said was that this environment makes it easier for him to feel connected to God than walking into a church, because he relates to all of us here. He feels more comfortable opening up here because he knows that he's not going to be judged, because a lot of people in here have the same interests, the same motivations as him, have walked through a similar life that he's walked through or the certain struggle he's gone through, whereas you walk into a big church sometimes, you might feel judged or you might feel like the black sheep or that you might not belong or you're not good enough. But he already feels a home with Stoik as his gym, but now he's able to take the next step and be able to open up spiritually here because he's comfortable with the environment that he's around, that he's able to share those feelings, those emotions, and that's what this gym is. It's a vessel for us to be able to reach. And a lot of people are like, oh, God didn't want you to bodybuild, God didn't want you to take steroids. No, he didn't, but he also utilized certain things for us to be able to reach certain people. It's beautiful the way he works, and it's led me to a point now where I'm not on stage. I don't got to take the steroids. I don't got to do those things that God knows aren't good for me. But he's kept me safe and healthy up to this point for me to be able to step away now from those things to fulfill everything else that he has planned for me. And I'll be able to maintain my health and do the things moving forward. So yeah, I ran some risks before to get to where I needed to be, but it's all part of God's plan. It's crazy, I'm talking these things through. I'm having realizations as I'm going through it. It's been one of the most rewarding things though, is after, sharing my story with everybody the past 2 years and being vulnerable enough to share my lows with you guys and the struggles, to be able to now see how it has impacted others, and me being able to show my walk with Christ these past few years, it's been validated, because it doesn't matter if I'm reaching one person or I'm reaching millions of people. I'm gonna give you guys a physique check. Might as well, right? There's no expectations now, right? I'll show you guys what I look like. I'm not ashamed of it. But yeah, circling back to, for those of you that might be interested in opening a Stoik Gym and partnering with myself, like I said, I'll be happy to hop on a call and talk with you guys to give you guys a little more of a rundown. But, $150,000 investment on the equipment side of things, a 70-30 split of ownership. What not only comes along with that is that we're gonna basically help you hold your hand through the whole process. It'll be pretty much a turnkey experience, meaning we're basically gonna do everything for you, turning the keys over. I'm gonna help you guys pick out the equipment. We'll do 3D renderings of your facility, utilizing myself as a marketing tool. I'll be helping promote the gym. When you guys open up your gym, I'll come out that first week. I'll help you guys get members in the door, help make sure you guys understand how the gym needs to run, how your staff needs to be operating, all of those things. I'm gonna be very vested because I am your partner in this gym. I'm not just somebody that's selling you something. My success weighs on the success of your individual gym or your multiple gyms. That's why we're gonna be in this together. I'm gonna do everything on my behalf to make you as successful as possible, because the more money you make, the more money I make. And we're gonna be a team and we're gonna blow this thing up together. If you guys think you have the passion or the desire to do something like this, we're moving quickly. And if you guys wanna jump on board, we could have a gym open for you guys by as soon as spring of 2026. And one other thing I wanna make clear is, when you guys are partnering with us, you're getting the equipment at a much better price because, like I said, we're working alongside Scalecore. If we were to buy all this equipment at standard MSRP price, like I said, this is about $600,000 in equipment that I paid. We'd be looking at closer to $800,000, $900,000 for the equipment. So you guys will be getting a much better deal on the equipment as well. Last thing I want to polish up on for the partnership model for Stoik is that we are looking for partners that do have a social media presence, that do have a strong following. And if you're not somebody that has a strong following, maybe you have the capital, it's aligning yourselves with an influencer in your region to help with the marketing of the gym. 3 weeks, no training, eating whatever I want. See how fat I've gotten over the past month. All right, y'all, this is a wrap for today's video. We are back. You expect a video every week moving forward once again. I appreciate your guys' support. This is just the beginning of this new chapter of my life. We're gonna keep it interesting. We're gonna keep it fun. We're gonna have a lot of collabs coming forward in the near future. I wanna hear what you guys wanna see from me too. What part of my journey has impacted you guys the most? What do you guys feel you pull the most value from? Is it the training? Is it my life experiences? Is it my failures? Is it the business stuff? What can I do to help provide more value to you guys? Drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say. And once again, I appreciate you guys. We'll see y'all next time.